Hello everyone and welcome to Children's Church Online. I'm Felicia Bumgarner. And this is Lydia Sims. Lydia, what are you doing?
I've been assigned by Dr. Tully to spy on everyone in the church and see what they're doing.
But you know I can see you, right?
Oh, yeah. So what you doing?
Well, I was just about to start our Sunday lesson and I thought that you could help me introduce it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, today we are actually going to be learning about the story of Rahab. She is a woman that helped two of Joshua's spies hide in the city.
That's right, Lydia. Let's have our friends Felipe and Julia read the scripture for us today.
Hey guys, it's Julia and Felipe here, and we miss you guys so much. Joshua, Nun's son, secretly sent two men as spies from Shittim. He said, "Go look over the land, especially Jericho." They set out and entered the house of a prostitute named Rahab. They bedded down there. Someone told the king of Jericho, "Men from the Israelites have come here tonight to spy on the land." So the king of Jericho sent word to Rahab, "Send out the men who came to you, the ones who came to your house, because they have come to spy on the entire land."
But the woman had taken the two men and hid them. Then they said, "Of course, the men came to me, but I didn't know where they were from. The men left when it was time to close the gate at dark. I don't know where the men went. Hurry, chase after them. You might catch up with them." But she had taken them up the roof and hid them under the flax stalks that she had laid out on the roof. Men from Jericho chased around them in the direction of the Jordan up to the fords. As soon as those chasing them went out, the gates were shut behind them.
Before the spies bedded down, Rahab went up to them on the roof. She said to the men, "I know that the Lord has given you the land. Terror over you has overwhelmed us. The entire population of the land has melted down in fear because of you. We have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea in front of you when you left Egypt. We have also heard that you did to Sihon and Og, the two kings of Amorites on the other side of Jordan. You utterly wiped them out. We heard this and our hearts turned to water. Because of you, people can no longer work up their courage. This is because the Lord your God is God in the heaven above and on earth below. Now I have been loyal to you. So pledge to me by the Lord that you in turn will deal loyally with my family. Give me a sign of good faith. Spare the lives of my father, mother, brothers, and sisters, along with everything they own. Rescue us from death." The men said to her, We swear by our own lives to secure yours. If you don't reveal our mission, we will deal loyally and faithfully with you when the Lord gives us the land."
So she lowered the spies on a rope through the window. Her house was on the outer side of the city wall, and she lived inside the wall. Then she said to them, "Go towards the highlands so that those chasing you don't run into you. Hide there for 3 days until those chasing you return. Then you may go on your way." The men said to her, "We won't be responsible for this pledge you made us swear unless, when we come into the land, you tie this red woven cord into your window through which you lowered us. Gather your father, your mother, your brothers, and your whole family into the house with you. Those who go outside the doors of your house into the streets will only have themselves to blame for their own deaths. We won't be responsible. If anyone lays a hand on those who are with you in the house, we will take the blame for their death. But if you reveal our mission, we won't be responsible for the pledge you made us swear." She said, "These things will happen just like you said." She sent them away, and they went off. Then she tied the red cord in the window.
The spies went out and entered the highlands. They stayed there for 3 days until those chasing them came back. Those chasing them had searched all along the road but never found them. Then the two men came back. down from the highlands. They crossed the Jordan and came to Joshua, Nun's son. They told him everything that had happened to them. They said to Joshua, "The Lord has definitely given the entire land into our power. In addition, all of the land's population has melted down in fear because of us."
Now let's check out the video.
The Faithful Hall of Fame, Rahab. This is Rahab. Rahab lived in the town of Jericho in the Promised Land. Rahab was not an Israelite, and she made bad choices. But God had a plan for Rahab, even though she was a sinner.
All right.
Now God told his people, the Israelites,
Hey, that's us.
to go into the Promised Land. So Joshua sent 2 spies to search the land around the city of Jericho. The 2 spies came to Rahab's house to stay the night. But the king of Jericho heard that there were spies in his city, so he sent orders for Rahab to bring them out. But Rahab hid the spies and told the king's men that it was true that the men were at her house, but she did not know where they were now.
I don't know.
She told the king's men to go quickly to find the spies because they could not have gone far.
Oh no!
Oh, right. So the king's men rushed out to the city in pursuit of the Israelite spies. All the while, the Israelites hid on Rahab's roof. So Rahab went to them and said, "I know the Lord has given you this land. We have heard of the great acts that God has done for you. Your God is the God of all the heavens and the earth. So please swear to me that you will be kind to my family." The spies agreed to this, and Rahab helped them escape from the city. Before they left, they told Rahab to tie a scarlet rope to the window.
Yeah!
Wow!
Oops!
This rope would serve as a mark for Rahab's house and would remind the Israelites of their promise to her.
Thank you!
Oh, thank you. And so the spies were on their way. For 3 days, they hid from the king's men who were looking for them. Finally, they returned to Joshua and told them all they had seen. Rahab was remembered for her faithfulness, for she had given a friendly welcome to the spies and put her trust in the one true God.
Okay, it's time to start my super spy mission. I've got to go around the church and see what everyone's doing. See who's doing what they're supposed to be doing and who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then I'll report back to Dr. Tully.
Today's story was about how Rahab helped 2 spies get into Jericho to see what was going on there because Joshua had asked them to. Now, after I finished reading the story, the thing that I thought of the most was how smart was Rahab. She was so smart. She saw that the Israelites were about to come over and take over her land, and she found the opportunity to save herself and her family, and she made sure that she did it. Like, that is so smart. That's like movie smartness. That's something you would see on a film somewhere. That this woman who was just minding her own business takes in 2 spies and hides them, and then makes a deal with them that they will save her and her family whenever they come invade the land. Like, it is really, could be a movie. And she is not the woman that you would expect to do this, because she was a sinner and she made bad choices like so many of us do. But I think that this really shows how God always uses unexpected people. And we talked about that before. God uses unexpected people all of the time. And in this story, he used Rahab to help get Joshua and the Israelites into the promised land. I think one of the most important things that we can learn from this story is that Rahab chose to help. Rahab had a choice. She didn't have to help them. Whenever the people that worked for the king came looking for the spies, she could have said, yeah, they're on my roof. Go get them. But she chose to help them. Helping is a choice. And I know that we are always telling you at church that you should help, and I know that you should help. But sometimes we just choose not to. And it might be because we're scared, it might be because we're tired, it might be because we just don't feel like it. I know when I'm at home with my kids and I need help cleaning the house because guests are coming over, sometimes they just don't feel like it. And that's normal. But Rahab saw the opportunity that she had to change her life, so she helped. There are a lot of things going on right now in our world that we can help with. For instance, right now we are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. What are ways that we can help? I know that if I stay at home, I'm helping. I know that if I wear a mask when I go in public, I'm helping. And I know if I wash my hands much more often than I used to, I'm helping. There are people's jobs like nurses, doctors, firefighters, paramedics, all of those people who put their lives on the line every day to help us when we're sick and to help everybody who's infected. But what we do at home is important too and necessary. Also, you may have noticed some things going on in our world today on the news, or you might have heard your parents talking about the protests that are going on all around this country for equal rights and the end of racism. These issues are super serious, and people in our community and communities all over the world are standing up and saying it is not okay. And that is their way of helping. I don't know how to go and actually do something to end racism, but I can use my voice and say, this is not okay. And that is a great way to help, because a lot of positive things have happened just because this group of people stood up and said, this is not okay. So sometimes we can help just by speaking up. Can you think of some ways that you can help? Like, how can you help? Could you help at your house? Could you help at school? Could you help in your community? How can you help?
I bet you didn't notice me coming in.
You're really good at being sneaky, Lydia.
I actually thought of a couple of ways that they could help.
Oh, great. Please share.
One of the things I was thinking about is we've all been spending a lot of time at home together. And it's important for us to help each other in the house. So I was thinking there's some things that you could do to help. Would be things in the house that you don't normally help with. So maybe you don't normally take the dog for a walk, but you could offer to help your mom or dad and take the dog for a walk. Or if you have a cat, you could offer to clean the litter box.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Another thing is that we're not eating out as much and we're eating all of our meals at home. That's 3 meals a day. We have to clean up after and make. So maybe helping to make a meal or making sure you help to clean up after a meal can really help your parents with their time, especially if they're going to work every day too.
Mm-hmm. Do the dishes, guys.
Dishes.
This week, we're not going to do our memory verse 3 times. We're just going to do the song because I think it's super fun. So please stand up in your living room, in your bedroom, wherever you are watching this video, dance and sing along to our song.
Joshua 1 verse 9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, strong and courageous. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, strong and courageous. Whoa, oh, do not be afraid, no, no. Don't be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go, wherever you go. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go, wherever you go. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, strong and courageous. Have I not commanded you? Be strong, strong and courageous. Whoa, oh, do not be afraid, no, no. Don't be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go, wherever you go. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go, wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9.
Thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Please remember that this summer we are hosting some small group swim parties. So ask your parents about it. You need to sign up ahead of time. So please come join us because we want to see you and have fun at the swim party. So sign up and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.